What's up, everybody, and welcome to the group chat. I am your boy Pat,
and I'm Stefan,
and we are excited to bring you episode 1. So we'll get right into it. We want to give special shout outs to our sponsors, Bougie Boutique by K. Link will be below in the comments, but really good clothing online store where you can get bad and bougie. I promise you a lot of good content, a lot of good clothes in there for your significant other.
Right.
So we'll look forward to that. And we'll jump right into it.
So we're gonna do an icebreaker. It's gonna be would you rather. It's gonna be kind of weird, but I wanted to ask it. So would you rather have no elbows or would you rather have no knees? You can't bend your arms if you don't have elbows, and you can't bend your legs if you don't got no knees. You can't brush your teeth if you don't got no elbows.
So I don't know. I'd probably say no elbows. Because the reason I say this is because you see a lot of people out there that are painting pictures with their toes and doing all kind of cool stuff. So it ain't nothing for me to put my toothbrush in between my toes and figure out how to brush my teeth.
But we both over like 6'3", so how you gonna do that? You're not flexible.
It's called stretching and yoga.
Not for me.
What about you?
I think I'd rather have no knees.
Why?
Because what you really need your knees for?
Walking, running.
You can walk. I've seen people that got stiff legs.
I just think that's a little awkward.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to run, but you can still like. I mean, you can't do squats and you can't run, but you can like lift weights, so you can have like a nice upper body.
Okay, so there you have our answers. If you feel otherwise, drop it in the comments and let us know. Would you rather have no elbows or no knees? Obviously, I am no elbows. My man over here is no knees. So yeah, I wonder what you guys think.
Yeah, I think I can go without the knees. I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know. Tell me what y'all think.
Let us know. Again, this is episode 1 of the group chat. We are excited to bring this to you. We've been planning this for a long time, and this is something we were finally able to put out there because we got everything the way we wanted. So to kind of start things off, there's no point in going through the entire podcast. You don't know anything about your host, so we'll take this time to kind of let you know about us, where we come from. And
so, first of all, we're brothers. I'm 22. You 28?
Yep.
I'm 22. He's 28. He's the oldest. We from? Should we say where we from?
I mean, no one really know it.
We from Athens.
So that's what we have to do. So we're really from Madison County, but
it's like 20 minutes outside of Athens.
Yeah, every single time we say we're from Madison County, oh, where's that? Just 30 minutes from Athens. So we have to put it out like that. So technically from Athens. But we haven't been here our entire life, but the times we have moved around, like we were too young to really know what was going on.
Right.
So we started off in Augusta. Of course, he wasn't thought of at the moment,
I wasn't born.
That's how my mom met my dad.
No, Mama and Daddy met in Athens. Grandma Jane had a party and invited my daddy.
That's right.
But they had you and what? Who was born in Augusta?
Silas.
You and Silas?
I was here.
Terrell and Silas was born in Augusta.
Yep.
Terrell and Silas are 2 other brothers born in Augusta, but me and you was born in Athens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there it is. We have 2 other brothers. They're not here with us on this podcast, but Terrell, who is 26, and Silas, who just turned 18. Yeah, 18. First year of college, we'll just put it that way. So it's 4 of us. Of course, mom and dad met here, and we spent time between here and Augusta before officially deciding to be here for good.
Yeah, but I was too young. I never experienced Augusta living because I was young. When I became a kid, we was living in Athens, and my 2 older brothers went to elementary school in Athens, and then we moved to Madison County.
Yep. And the cool, interesting fact about our family is that, I mean, I guess now we can say about half of our family is deaf. It's really cool that we've been able to pick up sign language as a second language. So I identify sign language as my first language because, unlike my brothers, I think I was the one that was focused and willing to sit there and actually learn sign language. So our dad is deaf, and the funny thing is, our mom can hear, but both of her parents were deaf.
Right.
And
both of our dad's parents can hear.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird how that kind of worked out, but
sign language was his first language because like he actually wanted to learn. Like I didn't learn sign language till like like now you see I'm fluent with it, but like I didn't learn sign language until I was like what, like in middle school.
Yeah. And when he says he didn't learn it, I mean, he knows the basic, the ABC, so he could carry a conversation with our dad, but I was the only one that could actually speak it fluently, so whenever they needed something, they would always be like, Pat, tell dad this, and I would sign it because I liked it a lot. So, honestly, it helped me get scholarship money for school because you can get a lot of things with sign language.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, I was able to figure out like how deaf people communicate, like their community is like off this planet.
You wanna know what's crazy? I didn't realize how much I knew sign language until Daddy had asked me to go with him one time to return some shoes, and like she didn't understand nothing he was saying. I had like signed everything he wanted to like to return the shoes.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works, man. Like it's crazy. Like you don't realize, like, and we don't say handicap, so hopefully you guys agree with us on this. But it's hard. Like my dad had 4 boys, so the things that we would want to do, it wouldn't necessarily be fun to him because I mean he couldn't hear.
Right.
So think about it, like going to the movies or, you know, listening to music or anything. Like he would do it for us, but I mean, he couldn't hear it. You know what I mean?
It's like watching a silent movie.
Like watching a silent. I mean, think about it. Or like going to go get food from a restaurant. Like we couldn't go to a drive-through unless they had on the screen. Like you see it now on the screens. They didn't have it back in the day where they can say, if you're hearing impaired, please move forward. Like they didn't have that.
Right.
So my dad would always go to the drive-through and then he would write down on his paper what he wanted, and then we'd go to the front and then he'll give it to him, and that's how we used to get our orders because we were too young and he wouldn't let us order the food. So, but yeah, that's our mom and dad.
Our mom,
Boss. Yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah, she did a lot for us. I mean, you know, we fast forward a couple years, but mom and dad ended up divorcing.
2010.
Yep, 2010. Like I was on my way to Savannah State when it happened, and it was rough. But we won't get into all the specifics around that. But
wait, so no, ain't it crazy how you remember that?
It is.
Like I remember I was in 6th grade, 2010. But keep going.
Yeah, you do remember a lot of stuff like that, but. I remember on my way out, and we went through all that, but mom's a warrior. We won't discredit our father at all, but he decided to do what he wanted to do, so me and my brothers, we clung to our mom.
And we all college educated. She did that by herself.
Yep. Taught us what she knew, what she didn't know. She knew how to get the answer, so, I mean, it was weird, though, because, you know, we all kind of split up for a little while. Like, we went through a patch where me and Terrell, we decided to move in with my dad to keep him company because we felt bad, and then Stephon and Silas stayed with mama.
Yeah.
And it made a barrier between us because it's like we would talk to mom, you know, they would talk to dad, but we wouldn't talk to each other, so it was like really weird, you know what I mean?
But we all got the same mom and dad.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. So that's how that happened, but it was cool growing up. We grew up in the country. So though we say we grew up right outside Athens, like we didn't necessarily get that city life. Like we grew up with cows and chickens and four-wheelers. Like woke up to the train going by the railroad track at 6 in the morning. Like that's how we grew up. So we didn't know city life until we grew up and decided to move outside the city. But I think it was a lot of fun. Like pranked each other a lot. Probably pissed off Stephon more than any of us. And we'll tell you this. We didn't have the best relationship growing up. Like it was me and Terrell that was always close, and then Silas eventually when he was born. But
it was just me.
Yeah,
because you got to think like he's 28, I'm 22, so like he's a lot older than me. So like when you're the older brother, you naturally like feel like, especially when your dad's not there, you naturally like become like the father figure. And I'm the type of person, you know, I've always been like beating my own horn. I did not like that. You remember we used to get in arguments, some people like, you are not my dad.
Yeah, I remember that, man. It's crazy, but the thing is, you gotta understand, like with dad not being around, like mama would always come tell me stuff that was going on. So she didn't tell me to be that father figure, but it was just instinct to do it. Just like when you know moms have babies, like they say they're not ready to be a mom, but instinct just kick in. Like that's what happened with me. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it wasn't the right thing to do because like I didn't understand like how you wanted to be treated as a brother. But
now I appreciate it because like I come to you about so many things.
Oh, a lot of stuff. And like I said, if you know us, like really know us, you would know like us sitting next to each other on the couch is a milestone.
Yeah, we used to listen. We never hated each other.
No,
but we just could not get along for nothing. It's like every time, literally every time we being around each other, we were arguing. Like every time, like, hey, how you doing? Then it would turn into an argument.
And listen, like we tried to do so many different gatherings. Like my mama tried it, my dad, my auntie did it. Like everybody was like, all right, let's just come together and talk. And like we'll do it. But by the time we finished the conversation, it was another argument. I was like, I remember to this day, like I was getting ready to go to Savannah State, and we had our final conversation. And I was like, whatever, I ain't got to talk to you ever again. And he was like, fine.
Yeah.
And then we didn't talk for like a year. And then it was when I think it was more than it. It was like when you had went to Gordon. We had went to this thing. We started talking more because I knew college. But even then, it was crazy because he was like, Pat, I know how to do college. And I'm like, Stephon, like I've already been through it. Like I can help you. And then like we started talking again, but it was still crazy. But I think it was just recently we decided like, look, we adults like.
Cause we got closer. Like I think when I went to college is when we started becoming closer. But like I graduated from University of West Georgia. He went to Emmanuel College. But like I feel like as like I got into college, that's when we started. Cause you moved closer.
Yeah.
So like I came over here a lot.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like I did graduate from Emmanuel. It's in Franklin Springs, like in Royston, if you're familiar with Northeast Georgia. But I started off at Savannah State. Like I knew I wanted. Like it was always a dream of mine to go to an HBCU. Like you hear about the traditions and you hear about the bands. Like we went to Battle of the Bands growing up all the time. So it was like what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But when I got there, like I don't think I was ready for.
HBCU life.
Yeah, that life. Like they partied about everything, and it just wasn't for me. So I decided to move closer to home, and I think that kind of helped out.
Yeah, I went to West Georgia. West Georgia is in Carrollton, Georgia. Is that southeast?
It's near Six Flags.
Yeah, it's near Six Flags. Majored at West Georgia. Oh, we gotta say we majored in. I majored in so mass communications with a concentration in film and minor in marketing. I'm an actor. That's what I am, an actor. I'm not gonna say I want to be because I am one. But right now I do like behind the scenes stuff. But luckily, hopefully I won't have to do behind the scenes stuff no longer. Yep. I'm claiming that this year I'm going to get a role in front of the camera, and I will no longer have to work behind the scenes. So like I'm in film, entertainment, film and TV production.
Yeah, and I started off in architecture because I was interested in building houses and like how the blueprint was behind building houses, but it started getting boring, so I tapped into what I've been doing my entire life, and that's mediation. So I eventually moved into psychology and decided to go that route. It's been great for me ever since. Now, it's crazy because I don't do anything in my field. You know, I'm a psychology major, but you know, 2 kids in at a young age, like you got to start thinking about family and what's more important to you. So I decided to put basketball aside. I put my career aside, and I tried to do what was right for my family. This great opportunity came up for me to work in business. So I work with a business where I put it this way. So I work with the second largest IT staffing firm here in the world, and we're able to give people opportunities of employment. I mean, to anybody you can sit here and say like there's no psychology behind that, but the way I looked at it, I'm able to give somebody a job that was maybe a single mother or an Army veteran that's been searching for work. Like they can come to me and I can figure out how I can get them a job.
And I feel like psychology is like a lot of it is like persuasion. Ain't your job like persuasion too?
It is. So we sell the hardest thing to sell, and that's people. I mean, you can sell a product, you can sell an iPhone, you can sell anything and get people to buy it, but trying to sell a person to another person, like that's hard. Like, so we get people interviews and stuff with hiring managers, and if that hiring manager don't believe in that person, they don't get the job. So it's on me to make sure that, look, you need to interview this person. Like this person's gonna be great. So, I mean, I'm 4 years in, and family's good. Moving into a nice house.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Booking some great auditions. Got an internship through Pinewood Studios, which is where they film like a lot of Marvel stuff at. So
it's here in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, it's in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Yeah. How's it been? I guess with Corona going on.
Yeah, so it's hard for like a lot of the film people because like our job is like no other. Like we don't work from home. There's nothing for you to do from home. So like film people, like our stuff has been on hold. So but I've still been like doing auditions virtually and like submitting stuff to people. So yeah,
making it work. Yeah, he's hanging out. We've been able. I mean, I'll be honest. Like it's kind of cliche. Like we've been saying it for the last 2-3 months, but it's fun. Having my brother around, like being able to just sit and do family things that you wouldn't normally do on a normal busy work schedule. So we've been hanging out. I mean, that's honestly how the podcast got started. Like we talked about this for years, but between the both of us, like laziness creeped in. It was like, all right, we'll get to it, and then never do it. But
yeah, but I don't watch podcasts. He loves podcasts, so like this was all his idea. A podcast has never crossed my mind. until he like came to me and said he wanted to start one.
But we'll put it this way, like I got the idea from watching his YouTube channel, so y'all gotta check it out. We'll include that link in our comments. But I mean he's naturally funny. Like I can be funny, but I don't come off as funny like you and Terrell. Like they just have that funny bone. But I can be funny like once I get comfortable and have a conversation with you. So when I started watching his YouTube channel, I was like dang, like so what it is, like he'll take like the most simple things in the world and make it funny. Like eating a burger, like I can't make a burger seem funny,
Right.
and he'll add a workout to it, and you know what I mean, it'd be this cool thing. So it was stuff like that that made me think like I can do this too. And I can sometimes be a naturally shy person. Like I'm very introverted. That's just who I am, but I like to have a good time. So doing this alone is weird, but it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So it's like, why not just do it with somebody that you're comfortable with versus, you know, telling all these other people your plans and ideas and then still being uncomfortable and shy. So I think this is the perfect way.
And we have like completely like different opinions on most things, so like I feel like it'll be good to like for everybody to hear the differences because we got like two different audiences.
Yeah, and it's funny. I mean, that's kind of where the name came from. Like we call ourselves the group chat, and I mean, there's not one person listening to our podcast or watching our podcast that is not involved in a group chat.
Right, and group chat, like I like group chat because it's like it doesn't bring gender, sexuality, anything. Like anybody can talk in the group chat.
Yeah. That's kind of what we wanted when we did this podcast, for people to, you know, eventually come in, join our podcast, tune in, and just speak their mind. So you'll see as we go through this thing, like we'll have a variety of topics, a variety of, you know, opinionated topics that we'll talk about. But we really wanted y'all to just, you know, get to know us a little bit and how we grew up. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess we kind of took y'all through our childhood. I'll tell you a little bit about my family, if I haven't already. I mean, who knows, but I do. Again, I have my amazing wife of 7 years. Like we're coming up, well, not coming up, we'll be married 8 years in February of next year. But I mean, it's been a wild journey between us. Like, I mean, I think this is really the person that was meant for me. I don't know. I mean, I've done some crazy things in school that I wasn't proud of, but you know, I wouldn't go back and change anything because I think it kind of molded me to be who I am. And if I would have changed anything, like who's to say I would have been the man that I am today? And then it's crazy the things that I went through. Like God gave me 2 girls. Like I've been begging for a boy, but it's like giving me 2 girls. It's like, man, I look at my girls every single night, and I was like, I can't believe I used to, you know, treat this person this way or treat that person that way.
Right.
So I've grown up.
That's a topic in itself.
You know what I mean? But we won't get into that today. But I mean, it's been amazing. My wife, she came from a long, crazy background, and you know, well, not gonna introduce her, but
She'll be a guest on one of our shows.
Yeah, you'll see her later on down the road. But she's been amazing. Like she's birthed 3 of my kids, and I say 3. I have my 2 girls, but my first daughter Cameron was a twin, and unfortunately he didn't make it. You know, I'm blessed that we're able to talk about it now. Like, I mean, we went through. It was a few years before we were able to talk about it without, I don't want to say an emotional connection because there's always going to be that connection, but we weren't able to talk about it without tearing up or, you know, not being able to go forward with it. So 3 amazing kids, able to set this life up for our kids that we've always wanted. Nothing to our mom, but, you know, we didn't have the, you know, we couldn't go out and say, hey, we want to just go to Six Flags or can we go to the movies to go see Bad Boys? Like, we couldn't do that. Like, everything that we did as kids was always planned. You know what I mean? So we wanted to go see Bad Boys. Bad Boys came out on Friday. We couldn't go see it until a month later because we had to save money unless we had, like, movie tickets that my dad got from his job. And I think about it now, if my kids say they want to go to Six Flags, now some people call it sport or whatever, but it's like I'm in a position now where I can just say, let's just go.
Wait, real quick. I'm single. I don't got no kids. I don't regret nothing from college because I would do it again. But y'all, he got coin.
Anyway, we're not talking about that. They ain't got nothing to do with that. I say we've been blessed to be in a position to do what we do, and I don't brag on myself, but what I do brag on myself is about how humble I can be. Like, look, I'll give the clothes off my back if I could, like, because I know what it was like for me. Like the people that have done stuff for me, like we've been through so much growing up. Like, trust me, we could talk for hours about the stuff that we've been through, but we'll save y'all the time and say we've been blessed and had role models in our life, had, you know, uncles that weren't really And listen, y'all know how it is in the black community. Like, we call everybody our uncle and auntie, and no trace, no bloodline, no family tree connects y'all at all. So when we say our uncles, these are people that really aren't our uncles, but they've been an impact in our life. Like, my mom's had trials and errors, and she's had, men step in her life and say, hey, look, we don't have any relations, but those boys mean a lot to me. Let's help. I mean, my basketball coach, like, your coaches, your teachers, like, we've had so many people that have just stepped in and helped. So, I mean, I'm proud of what we've done. I mean, it's not just me. I mean, you look at Terrell. Like, Terrell, he's been able to do stuff. Like, he had a rocky start. Like, Terrell was in college and, things just didn't work out, and he found a way. We happy for him. Like, he's getting ready to have a baby soon.
Yeah. I feel like we're like a spitting image of, like, work with what you got and, like, elevate it.
Yep. That's exactly what it is, and that's what we've been doing our whole life.
It's like that's like a house that's like kind of small and not worth a lot, flipping it and making it a mansion. That's what we did.
And when he say flip it to a mansion, I mean, that's just how we were brought up. Like, mama didn't have much to work with, but it felt like everything to us, like,
we didn't have to want for nothing. We had everything we needed.
At all. It didn't matter if we were eating corn dogs every night, noodles every night, or having to watch the same DVD every single day because we didn't have cable. And you'll see when you get to learn about us a lot more, like, we quote movies all the time. And it's not because we funny, but it's because we just didn't have cable growing up. So we had a small silver DVD player, and we used to just collect DVDs, or we'll just ask our Auntie Brenda if we can borrow DVDs, or we'll go up there and watch them, and we just started to pick up on it. Now we can quote the movie from beginning to end, just throw it at us and we'll do it. We might have to actually make that a segment, like name this quote or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that can be like an icebreaker.
Right.
But I can't wait for y'all to see, like, now that we've got the intro out the way, which is always the most boring part, the next thing is we're gonna get into some real topics. Do we know what we're talking about for the next show?
So it's so I think we're gonna jump right into it. So this was actually his idea. Like, I won't steal his thunder, but it just gives you an idea of the things that you would talk about in a group chat. So next week we'll kind of go into, what you tell them.
So next week we're going to go into, like, should you have sex if you're not in the mood? So if you're not in the mood, should you have sex with your partner anyway? Or if your partner isn't in the mood, should your partner suck it up and have sex with you anyway?
I have my opinions, he has his opinion. We won't go too much into it, but I think that you should, absolutely, as a married man, and obviously he thinks otherwise. But we'll save that for you and give it to you.
We might have a guest. Are we going to have a guest?
We might. Y'all have to tune in next week in order to see if we have a guest or not.
Yeah, we might have a girl.
Yeah, try to give some different opinions. And you'll see, we'll try to switch things up a lot. Our goal is to get you new content every single Thursday night at 7:30. So if you're not able to, catch a recorded episode, or you want to actually be here live, to tune in and call in to our number, we'll be here Thursdays at 7:30. And, we actually care about, we care about our image and, how we come across. So we'll try our best to keep our shows very PG rated because we want to reach a multitude of people, and we're not just
keep in mind, we PG, but we grown.
We are. So we are gonna talk. We're not gonna, uncut or edit anything. Like, what you get is what you get. But we'll try to be mindful of the people that are watching and the people that are tuning in.
Yeah, we're gonna be mindful, but that's your job to raise your kid.
So there you have it. So we are everywhere. So please get excited and please join in with us, y'all. I have to look this up because we just created this thing, so stay with us. But y'all check us out on our email at thegroupchat@gmail.com. Again, that's thegroupchat@gmail.com. If you have any questions about anything that you think we can do better at, or something that you want to talk about, or have questions about our next show,
or advice, you can send us anonymous questions or anonymous letters, and we'll answer it and talk about it. That'll be fine.
Yeah, and we will not include your name. Like, trust me, if you send us something that you have an answer or a statement to our next topic, like, send it in. We will not tell your name, but make sure you tune in so you can hear our thoughts and statements to your questions. So we have that. We are on Instagram at _thegroupchatpodcast.
We're gonna put all the links below.
Yeah, we'll put all these links below, but just so you guys have it. And of course, we're on Facebook at The Group Chat Podcast, and we'll also be on YouTube, so you'll be able to check out a visual and see some of the cool things that we do during quarantine, and of course for the rest of our lives. So
yeah, that's it. Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all for joining.
I love it. And yeah, peace out.
That's it. We'll see y'all.